we can't do this anymore. Like, what do we do? And we just said like, so yeah, let's start a new band together. And it was just like, that was the most obvious way for all of us to go.
Hello, you metal pilgrims, and welcome to a new interview episode on MP2. And today I'm more than happy to welcome Emlee and Mona of The Jams. Guys, how are you?
Hey, nice to meet you.
You too. How is everything?
It's good. Like, we're crazy busy right now with like promoting, the album. The release is on Friday, so
rehearsing. We rehearse every evening now.
Yeah.
And we rented a big rehearsal space on Wednesday to do like the big rehearsal with all the backliner and so it has a stage and everything. So
wow, that's exciting. You're doing really old school, like in an old school way, how you're supposed to do rock and roll. I like it.
Exactly. And because we're having a big release party on Friday and we're going to play the full album from start to end. So we just want to make sure it's like a nice experience.
Yeah, a good show. We want to put up a good show.
This is awesome. And are you in Sweden at the moment or
yes,
somewhere?
in Stockholm.
That's awesome. Beautiful city, wonderful country. Love Sweden and Swedish people. Hopefully, guys, hopefully to see you very, very soon once again.
Yes.
All right. So obviously, I mean, the biggest news about the Jams these days is there are two news, right? I mean, first of all is the formation of the band itself, and then the release of your new studio album, the first one, the pioneer one, Phoenix, which is coming out this Friday already, right? As you said. So guys, can you take us back a little bit and talk a little bit about how did this idea of the Jams came first together? Because we'll talk about your previous Undivorced as well, but how did the idea of the Jams came first and then the creative process behind the album itself, if you don't mind?
Yeah, well, we were all part of our previous band, Thundermother, and it happened quite fast, and it was a shock for all of us that our ex-colleague decided to kind of make her own decisions behind our backs and go rogue and fire Guernica. And in that shock of state of mind, the three of us just called each other, and we were just like, we can't do this anymore. Like, what do we do? And we just said like, so yeah, let's start a new band together. And it was just like, that was the most obvious way for all of us to go, because we never planned to quit playing music, and we all really like each other and trust each other. And, it was just like super natural for us to just continue with something new. And we've used like all our experiences from our previous band into this new one. And, it has been kind of like, we never really took a breath. We were just like, okay, then we do that. And we just like started immediately with deciding on a band name. We booked like writing sessions to write new songs and everything. So we've just been working like really, really hard to not stop playing music basically, and to make use of the momentum that we were a big part of building that momentum in a previous band. So
yeah.
And I mean, the songs are, the overall theme is, to go through something really painful and to not give up, and to continue to believe in yourself, and to just, there's always a light at the end of the tunnel, so more or less all the songs are inspired by the heartbreak that we went through last year.
It could always be like a heartbreak of like your partner or something similar. So,
yeah. And then when we put the order of the songs on the album, we decided to go like to take the listeners through a journey, the different states of grief. So it starts off kind of positive, and then there are some angry songs, and then there are some sad songs, more melancholic, and then we end the album in a very happy and positive way.
Well, hopefully this is going to be how it is like looking forward, right? So talking about the creative process, like when you talk about writing the album itself, how different was it from the process you had in Thundermother? I mean, was it any different at all? And did it feel weird to to continue as a new entity?
I feel when I saw how you, Emlee and Guernica, reacted to things, I feel like they felt more relieved and like, oh, okay, I can have a drum solo, and I was like, yes, of course. So apparently it wasn't like that before when they wrote with Filippa, I guess. I think my feeling is that they had a lot more boundaries, and that maybe Filippa decided like, no, not that, because you felt more like happy and relieved in our songwriting.
It was happy moments for sure.
And for me, I think it's you should be able to like let go of your creativity and not like push down ideas and such things.
Yeah.
But we wrote it together. All of the songs we wrote. If not everyone was in the room, it could be like I sent a song to Emlee or Guernica sent a song to us. So we always had everyone put their touch on it and wrote something on it. So it's a true group work.
Yeah,
this time.
Awesome.
Yeah.
So it doesn't look like there's an imperative decision made by one person or two people, right? It's a cohesive organism that seems to work together and develop something, which is absolutely beautiful. I love it.
Makes it more fun.
Yeah.
And do you feel like the Jams, and by the way, we'll come back to the name itself, but do you feel like the Jams is like a natural continuation of Thundermother, or do you think that it is a fresh start and you don't want to hold on to the legacy of your previous band at all?
Maybe both.
Yeah, I would also say both, like, because we were a big part of the development of the sound in Thundermother. Like, we started to be a part of the songwriting from the Heatwave album, and the Heatwave and Black and Gold are the two most successful ones, and we wanted to have a more like not just the AC/DC influence, but from more bands from the 70s and the 80s, and to make to also bring a more modern sound to it, because we want to do like radio friendly music and everything, so we can reach out to the big mass. And we definitely want to continue on that path with the Gems, but there's definitely like a difference now, because we have Mona. She's in the songwriting too, and she's just extremely talented in many ways. And I mean, her inspirations contributes to a new like fresh touch to everything, and we are free. We are more free now to actually experiment with things and have fun with background harmonies and the arrangements and everything. So yeah, it's definitely both, I would say.
I would say as a listener, because I was only a part of Thundermother for 2 years, but for me as a listener, it's a huge difference between the songwriting. If you compare the self-titled album, which they were not so much part of writing, and if you compare that to Heatwave, which is an amazing album, it has such good songs, and I could hear a lot of Emlee and Guernica's melody language in those songs, for example, and I recognized straight away that it was a huge difference in the quality of the lyrics on the Heatwave compared to the older. So I think it was pretty clear that the songwriting skills of Emlee and Guernica really raised the bar of Thundermother's album of their songs.
This is awesome. And so your first single, tell it to me, like your first single charted at what, number 2 at German rock radio charts, right? Did you expect that much interest in a new band coming along and like releasing a first ever song?
No, not really.
No, I mean, we were really humble in a way, but at the same time, you know, we did build a big fan base in Germany and, you know, other countries in Europe with our previous band. And it was just really nice for us to feel that we still had the support. It was not just only in a band name that we helped build, you know, there was also like value in us as musicians and performers and songwriters. So yeah, that was kind of, it was important. I mean, it gave us a lot of hope, I think. Do you want to add something?
No, I was blown away by the Airplay results, actually. I honestly didn't think that it would perform so well for a new band. But we are forever grateful for all the German rock radio stations that just added it to their A rotation straight away.
I mean, it's a great song. I mean, it's one of those you listen to and you like immediately want to, you know, like move on to. Yeah.
It's a really great song, but you know, in the music business, that's not enough. You know, you need to have the luck and have the right contact. So we are very humbled that they continue to support us as they did.
This is awesome. Well, we just spoke to Viv Byford of Saxon about how, you know, in the music business, you kind of have to win a lottery ticket in a way. And it looked like, at least with this one, you did score one. So great, congrats. I mean, I always think that only those who deserve it can actually win a lottery ticket. So, you know,
Thank you.
that was fun. So tell us now a little bit about the Gems, like the name itself. Why did you decide to go with this name, with this title for the band? What does it represent and what does it mean for you? And I'm sorry if you had to answer that question before.
No. It's really hard to come up with a band name, of course, and we were not even prepared for creating a new band because our plan was to make Thundermother really big and to really break, you know. So it was our plan all the time, but then all of this happened and all of a sudden we needed a new band name. And Gems, it was Guernica playing around with our initials, Mona, Emlee, Guernica. So she just played around with it and formed Gems. And that was a name that all of us felt for pretty early. Like it's a bit cheesy, but at the same time it's cool, you know. And what about Kiss?
It's really 70s. I like it.
Kiss is a pretty cheesy band name too, if you think about it. But at the same time, if you have a name that you can combine with images and icons, that's a pretty good one, because we have this like gemstones. You can always design a lot of merch, and it's easy to picture a logo with gems. So I think that name is pretty good because it's easy to brand, if you say so.
Business.
Yes.
Yeah, but it is, you know, it is business.
Yeah, and it's short. It's maybe not optimal that it begins with the, because it's a lot of bands with the something. But I think it was the best way.
I like it a lot. Like, and it's also kind of a statement, you know, that it is the three of us. We're doing this together. There's like total equality and a democracy in this band, and we all are equally important to this band.
Yeah. So one letter for
each
member. That's equally important.
Yeah.
This is wonderful. And coming back to the album itself, I mean, you just mentioned that you are going to present it in full, I assume, on Friday. Are there any particular tracks that you just cannot freaking wait to play live?
Force of Nature.
Yes, Force of Nature. That's like a crazy song, and it's really fun to play. And yeah, I just love it. Like, I also look forward to play Running, because that's also like, it turned out to be a drum song. That wasn't the plan from the start, but I'm really happy with the outcome. We have a drum solo, and I'm kind of busy when I play that one, and it's fun.
I was just laughing because Running was a song that Guernica wrote for her solo project.
Uh-huh.
That we rewrote for this album. And she was saying the other day when we were rehearsing, she was like, why did I write a fucking drum song when I'm the singer? So there's barely any vocals in it.
But then she can rest and play some tambourine.
Oh, this is freaking hilarious. But this is awesome. And talking about, playing live overall, what are you guys' plans to take it on the road? Do you have anything scheduled for the summer already? And if so, do you want to share the news?
Yeah, we have a couple of festivals. We hope to get more festivals this summer. And we are planning a European tour this fall.
Awesome.
So it's going to be a longer tour, but we will probably announce it in March, maybe.
Yeah, hopefully.
Hopefully.
We need to be like a little patient, because a lot of people are kind of waiting for the album and see how it sounds and how it goes before they want to book us. Because it sucks to be a new band in some ways, because we are really eager to just like continue where we took off, basically. But I think it's gonna be good.
Oh, that's awesome.
Right now, it's just everything is in planning, so stay tuned.
Yeah, awesome. Well, and hopefully you guys will be able to make it to Ukraine by next autumn already. I would love to welcome you here.
Yes, we would love to come.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, guys, I can talk forever, literally. That's like talking about rock and roll and heavy metal is literally my biggest passion, but I assume that you have some other interviews as well lined up. So just a couple more, and I promise that I'll let you go. I know that your new album, your first, let's see, your debut album is just about to get released. And this might sound like the dumbest question ever, but I really am curious. Do you already have plans, knowing that you did this one rather spontaneously, but it looks like you have so much enthusiasm. Do you already plan something for when this album will be out? Do you have any creative ideas for where you will take the jams after this?
Yeah, like we have too many ideas. We need to put them down on a list. But I mean, we are already talking about having writing sessions to start, to have some more time for the next album.
Yeah.
And we have so many places we want to go and play.
Yeah, I think for the next album we will start writing, maybe not write full songs, but just feel a bit, try around a bit. We will start that already in February, I think, as soon as possible. So I think next album we will have a different situation, like having maybe 30 or 40 songs to choose from. I feel.
Yeah,
it would be great.
Yeah,
I
mean, it was kind of a stressed year last year, but we still, we took proper time to write the songs the way we wanted them. But it's going to be good to, for the next album, have some more like time to actually think things
reflect
through. Yeah, exactly. But I mean, we have big plans. We wanna like, we're joking about like world domination, but we're somehow a little bit serious too, because our dreams is to, make a living out of this band and to, have a really good career with it, spread our music and play it around the world.
This is awesome. So it does look like it's not really just a project, a temporary thing that you are doing. It looks like a proper fucking band that you want to, go on the road and go all in with, which is absolutely wonderful, guys. And you think that in terms of the musical direction, you're going to be taking it in the same way as your debut album. I don't want to give out too much, just a couple of days before, but do you think that it will be going the same musical direction as the first one?
I mean, we had so much to do now, so we didn't have time to like reflect on the music we wrote and discuss it. But I'm only speaking for myself now, what I think. Maybe we will like narrow it down a bit, because for this is only my but so we didn't decide on anything yet. But I feel like for the first album we just wanted to have a very broad spectrum of songs, because we don't have any songs out, so we kind of needed to have a little bit variation in the songs. A ballad, a super fast song, a ZZ Top song, so maybe for the next album we will find our way a bit more and narrow it down, I think. But I don't know where we will go.
I mean, I agree with you, because like creatively we were all of a sudden more free, and we really enjoyed that. But the album is a little all over the place. But I mean, what we all like, the sound we want to have is like, we all enjoy classic rock, and we also want to have this modern sound to it. So we're still gonna like be there somewhere, but as Mona says, maybe we will like but we'll see. Maybe it's gonna get more crazy, who knows.
More crazy is never too bad, right? I mean, it's rock and roll, but the good thing is rock and roll has a wider, super wide spectrum, right, to choose from. You have your whatever. I mean, it's the depth of the ocean there. You can dive deeper into pretty much any other direction and never touch the ground, right? So this is wonderful, and that's why we love this music, and that's what we love rock and metal for. Well, girls, in order to close the episode, I would absolutely love to hear something from you. Can you share me, obviously not with the jams yet, most likely, but can you share just one craziest story which has happened to you on a road ever?
What to pick? I mean, there's been a lot of there's always like weird and crazy stuff happening, but you kind of get used to it after a while, so you don't really, when you're in the moment, you don't realize that you're like, but should I do the Kiss story?
Yeah.
I mean, we played on the Kiss cruise like in 2018.
Mm-hmm.
And me and Guernica, we were hanging out in the like artist lounge. They had like a piano and some instruments, and we were starting to have like a jam with some other people. And then we were also wearing Kiss makeup, and I had the drummer makeup, Eric Singer, the cat, and Guernica, she was Paul Stanley, and we were just having the time of our lives. And all of a sudden, this really annoying guy comes in, and he kind of takes over the jam, oh, we're gonna sing this one now, and a lot of people are like coming, like a lot of people, and we're just like, what the fuck is this? And I got so annoyed by it, so I left the jam after a few songs. And then a guy approached me like, you just played with Eric Singer, how did that feel? And I was just like, oh my god, he didn't have makeup, so I didn't recognize him, but I was wearing his makeup, so he must have thought that I was the weirdest fan ever,
Oh my god.
It was a little crazy.
Have you ever spoken to him afterwards?
Yeah, I actually went back to him like, hi, nice jams, presented myself. He was super nice, but that was, obviously he took over the jam. It was his crew, so I was
he's allowed to.
But we always have these kinds of Spinal Tap moments. Have you seen that movie, Spinal Tap?
Only around a zillion times.
But we always have this kind of stuff, things go a little wrong, and we just feel like the last show we had, they played the wrong intro, and I was hiding behind the drum set, and they kind of lighten up the whole stage, so I was kind of visible. So I saw Mona at the side of the stage like, help. And we always like, this is the wrong intro. So Mona just went up on stage, and we were just like you know, stupid stuff like that all happens all the time, you know. And Guernica, if there's like a hole somewhere on the stage, she's definitely gonna fall down.
She will fall. Yeah, and we played a show in Stockholm where they didn't put up the light was off for the first song, so we played in complete darkness. And like in between the verse and the chorus, Guernica was like, "Can we get some light on the stage?"
I wonder how those light guys never noticed that. Like, I mean, like,
there must have been something wrong.
Yeah.
oh, well, this is awesome. Hopefully, you guys will be able to create so many more of these memories now with the new end of work called the jams. So, Mona, Emlee, thank you so much for finding time joining me today. Yeah, anything you want to share with your fans, old and new? Just the last words of the interview. Make a final stand.
We can't wait to get out and play for you, and we are so happy for your endless support. And we just want to meet you and play some real good rock and roll and spread some love.
Yeah, we send all our love to you guys.
Yeah.
This is awesome. Absolutely. Thank you. Well, the Jams and their debut album, Phoenix, will be out on January 26th. So just in a couple of days after you watch this episode, most likely. So make sure to check it out. It's a really great and fun one. It's true to rock and roll spirit. And that's what I love about it the most. Mona, Emlee, thank you so much for finding time and joining me. Keep rocking.
Thank you for having us. It was nice to meet you.